get out onto the road, then I'll tell you about the Amish. Give me a little bouncy so we're on the paved road.
Nice.
There's approximately 33,000 Amish in Lancaster County. There's about 270,000 in the United States and Canada. They're in about 30 different states as well as Canada. They're a growing population. They've doubled in size in the last 20 years. They're expected to double in size again in the next 20 years. They have large families. The average is about 8 children. They have their babies at home with midwives unless there's an emergency. They will go to the hospital. And approximately 85% of their youth join the church. House and farm, the first one is not an Amish farm. The second farm on the left is an Amish farm. You can see there's two houses there. There's a cream-colored one in the back and a green one towards the front. The cream-colored one in the back is what they call the Dottie house. Dottie means grandparents in Pennsylvania Dutch. The Amish leave their farms to one of their sons, often it's the youngest son. When he gets married, he and his wife will move into the house in the front, in this case the greenhouse. The parents would move into the house in the back, and the son would take over most of the farming.
Wow, nice.
They mostly the Amish farms in Lancaster are dairy farms. They're between 50 and 100 acres usually. They have about 50 dairy cows that they milk twice a day, about 5 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon. And then there's a big tanker truck that comes in and picks up the milk every other day. Milk is the primary source of income on the dairy. They also raise tobacco as a cash crop. That's a supplement to the money they make from the milk. And most of the farms raise about 6 acres of tobacco. They have a special barn on the farm. They call it tobacco shed. The tobacco shed on this farm on the left is the white barn with the silver roof and the vents along the top. You can see the sides are propped open on there to let the air in to circulate. And the tobacco shed dries about 6 acres of tobacco. They also raise field corn and alfalfa. That's primarily used to feed the cows. The alfalfa is cut for hay, and the field corn is usually cut for silage. See some horses here on the right. The Amish farm with only horses or mules. They have 8 work horses or mules in addition to their transportation horses that they use for the field work. We're going to run up the hill here.
Oh my God.
Tobacco hanging along the edge there.
They don't get jobs outside the farm?
Yeah, they do. Most of the Amish are not farmers anymore.
Okay.
Most of them are businessmen. Of course, a farm is a kind of business. But they have other businesses. A lot of them are in construction. They build houses and barns, gazebos, lawn furniture. They build furniture for inside the house, kitchen cabinets. Some of them are masons. They have other businesses, harness shops, carrot shops, some go to market. On the right is the field corn. You see they're cutting this all the way at the bottom for the stalk and everything. That'll get chopped up for silage and put in the silo to feed to the cows. On the left, we're coming up on a goat dairy. This is a Mennonite farm. You can see they have a herd of goats out in the field. They have a goat dairy.
Are the Mennonites different from the Amish? Or are they?
Yes. They're very similar in a lot of their religious beliefs. The Amish broke away from the Mennonites in the 1600s. So they're not the same group any longer.
They're so cute. Do they also butcher them for the, like sell the meat?
For the goats, I don't think this sign does. Some